a school night. Grade 11 only started a few weeks ago, and things seem to be going pretty okay. You just finished eating dinner with Samuel. Is there anything you'd like to do before you go to bed?
What's it look like outside? How dark is it?
It's school only started, so it's still pretty light out. It's just kind of chilling at the moment.
Okay. No, I think I'm all good after I've eaten.
All right, so you just gonna go straight to bed?
Yeah, I'll give Samuel kind of a light hug and tell him I'm going off to bed, and I'll go into my room and get changed, and then I'll turn off my light and rest my head on my pillow.
I love the description. I love it. You drift off to sleep and dream, and you find yourself in a circular room full of thrones that all face the center. You stand in the middle of this room. Large, 14-foot tall figures sit on the thrones. All have different appearances. You see a black figure with a bronze Spartan helmet and red glowing eyes. There's a man with dark beard and curly hair wearing a crown and holding a two-pronged pitchfork. There's a woman with vitiligo with having black and white skin, and her hair is split down the middle, black and white. There is another woman with dark blue and gray cloak wearing a mask of a bird. A man with dark green rock-like skin has a feathered headdress, and another man with green skin but a pharaoh's crown. What would you like to do?
Am I just like standing, or am I like still lying down in a bed?
You're just kind of standing there, and there's all these kind of figures just sitting.
I'll look around. Just kind of like size each one of them up. Maybe like look down, look at the ground, see just kind of the environment around me. Is there a sky above me?
No, this is just like there's a ceiling, there's a floor, and it's just a circular chamber. There doesn't appear to be any door.
I see. I'll just stand there and does anyone's throne bigger than the others?
They're all kind of different. They kind of seem to match whatever style they're wearing. But they're all the same size. They're all equal.
I see. I'll just call out, "Hello?"
All of these figures very plainly and synchronously say, "Life and death is fragile. It must be respected and protected at all costs."
Yeah, I agree. Just thank you for the information.
They all still sit there very plainly.
Should I write that down somewhere? Do I have like a notebook on me? Like pat around?
Like on your character or
Yeah.
you?
On my character. Oko pats around.
Does Oko dream with a journal?
I don't know. What's Oko wearing in the dream?
I guess your PJs.
Well, I'll pat around. No journal.
Do you keep a PJ on you? A journal in your PJs?
No, I feel like that'd be very uncomfortable.
What else would you like to do?
Is there a reason I'm here?
These figures kind of begin to talk and turn towards one another, and they kind of go in conversation, and they don't really seem to notice you there. Like, it's just they're conversing. And the one with vitiligo and the split black and white hair speaks, and she's, the balance of life and death hangs by a thread. What we all hold dear is at stake. The one with the bird mask says, she is a clever one. We must be careful who we ally with. The one with the rock-like green skin and the feathery headdress, how are we to stop her if we do not know who is the player in this twisted game? Another says, the fates say the prophecy cannot be stopped. The one with the bronze Spartan helmet and red glowing eyes says, I can send our message out. Perhaps someone will find it and aid us. Another says, I am willing to spare some of my powers. And they just converse.
Okay, you guys are ignoring me. I'll walk up to the lady of black and white. I'll walk like a little closer, and I'll like look up at her. And I'll give like a little wave. Hello.
She repeats, the balance of life and death hangs by a thread. What we all hold dear is at stake.
Do you expect me to do something about it? I don't know much about... see, you all seem very powerful, and I got kind of... I don't have noodle arms, but I have sticks, not logs.
The balance of life and death hangs by a thread. What we all hold dear is at stake.
So, you're not really being clear here. Life and death and the balance, and... Are you talking about, like, me? Are you talking about all of you? I need a little more. I don't know, do you just keep repeating the same thing, and I can't really do anything about it. I'm still in school, like, I don't really know what I'm doing with my life. Kind of lost a bit. I don't have a whole lot of friends, so I don't really have allies. You know?
Could you roll me an insight check, please?
That's a 15.
You kind of gauge that she's just going to keep repeating this key phrase. And she doesn't even... It doesn't even seem like it's like she's ignoring you. It's just that she doesn't even see you there.
How tall? Like, how tall is the throne? And is this person?
All of these figures are about 14 feet tall. The thrones are about 15 feet.
I'd like to try and climb one of the thrones.
Which throne are you climbing?
The lady of black and white.
I see.
Mm-hmm.
Roll me an athletics check, please.
Ooh. Oh, that's a 3.
It's kind of slippery, you know. Maybe you need to trim your fur a little bit on your paws.
That's what I get.
Like, you know when you have to trim your dog's paws?
Mm-hmm.
Like that.
That's what I get for not being well groomed. Yeah. I'll just dust myself off and walk back into the center and just sit down, crisscross applesauce, and put my hands on my knees and just look out at everyone. I'll just kind of think. Life and death. See, I don't understand what this could do with me. I mean, I deal with life and death in the funeral home. Samuel deals with life and death. I mean, we all kind of do. It's just, how the circle goes.
All of a sudden, it's kind of like when spotlights go out.
Mm-hmm.
It's just one by one, each of these figures begin to disappear, and before they do, it like over the one with the dark black figure with the Spartan helmet, glowing eyes. Before it disappears, it says, "I can send our message. Perhaps someone will find it and aid us." The one with the curly beard and hair and the two-pronged pitchfork. The fates say the prophecy cannot be stopped. The woman in black and white. The balance of life and death hangs by a thread. What we all hold dear is at stake. The woman in the bird mask. She's a clever one. We must be careful about who we ally with. The one in the feathery headdress. How are we to stop her if we do not know who is the player in this twisted game? The one in the pharaoh's crown. I am willing to spare some of my powers. And the room goes dark, but you still hear all of them in unison. Life and death is fragile. It must be respected and protected at all costs. And you're in darkness. Your vision shifts, and you sit in a small cream-colored room with sophisticated and colorful designs painted on the walls. In front of you sits an intricately carved box.
I'll stand up and look around the box. What does the box look like?
It has different, sort of, what's the right word here? Like, repeating patterns on the box of kind of more geometric shapes, and they're all carved into it.
I'll look around. Is anyone around?
No, you're just in this room by yourself.
I'll just kind of go towards the front and put my hands just in the box and lift the lid, kind of slowly peeking in.
You barely lift the lid, and monsters just begin to pour out of the box. Beasts of horrible and horrifying visage. Some with sharp, toothy mouths on their stomach, some with leathery black wings, creatures with horns and hooves, all sorts of hideous monsters enter the world and begin to some just kind of go through the walls, some go through the door. They are just exiting.
Can I close the box?
Roll just a general strength check for me.
Natural 20, 18.
It is, you cannot close this box. It is opened and it cannot be closed.
Is there a door somewhere?
There is a door. Some are going through it. Some are just kind of going through the walls.
Run towards the door and then see if I can stand in front and kind of like star pose and try and block as many as I can.
All right, roll another strength check.
3.
Oh.
Oh my god.
Oh no.
The nat 20
okay, well.
to the 3.
Welp. The impregnable box and and then you you get trampled. You are just run over. You are covered in scrapes and bruises, and you are run over as all of these monsters leave the box, and soon you are left alone.
Oh, God. Oh, my God. I think something's broken. Feels like... I'll kind of slowly, use one of my arms to press myself up. And slowly try and stand. And I'll look around and... What do I see?
You see the box.
Is it
And a bunch of rubble. There's the room has become a disaster.
Oh, no. I'll limp my way over to the box, kind of holding my side, and just go over and I'll peer in. What do I see?
You look inside the box and you find a small glowing ball of violet light. It rapidly moves up to float in your face, and it's just kind of little bit floating. And as you look at it, you just feel this sense of hope.
I'll kind of cup out my hands in front of it.
It floats down into your hand, and it feels very warm. You kind of feel like a bit of a nuzzle in your hand. And it floats back up in your face and boops your nose a little bit. And then it flies up, and the ceiling's gone at this point. But it floats up straight into the sky. And as it does, this shimmering purple and blue aurora just illuminates in the sky as if you were looking at the northern lights.
Whoa. Look up at it and look back in the box, and if I don't see anything, I'll look back up and just kind of stare off into the sweeping colors.
You look up at the sky, and then you look back down at the box. And when you look back up at the sky, it's dark. And you're in a dark room again. All of a sudden, this red neon light illuminates over 5 dark figures.
Hello? Please don't trample me. I kind of already injured.
You hear a chorus of voices. The council. A neon pink lights and appears. Another dark figure, but it kneels in prayer.
The council of what? I'll slowly limp over to them.
To the council or the kneeling figure?
The council.
You go over, and what you find are silhouettes, so it's not very identifiable, but what you do see is that there are 2 sort of adult feminine figures, or they're just tall, but one sort of has these very long pointed ears. You find another figure that doesn't really stop shifting. It can't really seem to stay in one place, so it's very hard to identify what this thing is. You do see another sort of feminine figure, but it does seem to be about your age, as well as you do see another figure that it's hard to tell what this is, because it's almost like the shadows want to hide its identity.
Can I reach out and touch? Kind of poke?
You reach out, and as you do, this red burst of energy pushes you back, and the voices say, "The council."
Okay, that was kind of rude. Council of what? What do you want from me?
The neon pink light illuminates a bit more over the kneeling figure, and the voices speak. The servant.
The servant? What, that person? The council of the servant. I don't understand that. I'll walk over to the kneeling figure.
You see that they are hooded. It is very hard to tell a lot about them, but they're hooded, and you see their hands in prayer as they are kneeling on the ground. And as you approach, another spotlight appears, a neon orange light, and a dark figure floats in the center of it.
Okay. So you're... Okay, I'm not gonna try and touch you. I don't trust any of these lights. Walk over to the floating one.
You see it is a humanoid. And as you approach, the voices speak, "The sacrifice."
Ooh. Sacrificing him? Okay. And walk a little closer. Can I make out anything?
Roll a perception check.
What? Perception?
Perception.
18.
You can very clearly tell that this is a humanoid man. He is, again, a silhouette, but you see he's got kind of a stockier build. He's about 6'5", broad shoulders. It kind of seems like he's got a bit of a suave hairdo. But that's... You get quite a bit off of looking at him, but it's still hard because it's just this black figure.
Just a silhouette. I see. I'll kind of circle around, looking up and down. Is the hooded figure still praying? Still in the same position?
Yes.
Okay. We'll look back over at the council. So, sacrifice him? He's gonna sacrifice me? Sacrifice each other?
5 different colored neon lights illuminate on the floor around you. Yellow, green, cyan, blue, and purple. A figure stands underneath each. You stand underneath the cyan light. The voices speak. The champions.
Champions? Wait a... Hey, I ain't no champion. I'm just a scrawny boy. Slow down here. Is any... You said other people were standing. Can I look over and see them?
Yeah, you can certainly go over. The cyan light does follow you as you move.
Yeah. I'll go over to the purple.
You head over to the purple light. And you see a humanoid figure.
Anything else? I'd like to look up and down. See if I can get any figure, anything off of them.
There's no distinction with this one. It is just plainly a humanoid body.
Can I boop on the nose?
You go and try and touch the figure, and this purple light emits, and it pushes you back.
I'll tumble back and kind of do a little roll, and it's hey, can you stop with the pushing, please? If something wasn't broken already, then it's going to be pretty soon here. Stop touching it, God. I'll get up and somber kind of go over to the blue light.
You go over to the blue light. This figure has, though it is plainly humanoid, does have wings.
Okay. Got wings. Do I know anyone with wings?
Roll a history check.
Yeah. Yeah. 8.
You do not know anyone with wings. Nothing that's coming to your brain right now.
Yeah. Heck yeah. Blue, purple, there was a green one, right?
Yes, and a yellow
And
one.
a yellow, green and yellow. I'm gonna go to the green one first.
You go to the green one. It is a humanoid figure.
Anything else?
It does appear to have some lumps on the top of its head.
Some lumps. Like hair?
Some lumps. It's a dark silhouette.
Okay. Just kind of like whisper over, like, you might want to get those lumps checked out.
And I will say, as you are looking at all of these figures, you do notice that the one under the purple light is a lot skinnier than the others.
Skinny. And I couldn't make out if they were female or anything. They were just skinny humanoid.
You can't define any gender in any of these.
Okay. I'll go to the yellow.
You go to the yellow one, and it's a humanoid figure, and it holds a staff.
Anything else? Just a staff?
Nope. Just a staff.
Okay.
And as you look at all of these figures, one by one, the lights glow brighter on each of these as the voices say, the council, the servant, the sacrifice, the champions. And then everything goes dark. And you feel a shift in the tone of your dreams. And you stand in your house where you once lived with your parents. They sit at the kitchen table looking at you with great fondness.
Mom? Dad? Are you back?
Hi, Oko. How are you?
We're like kind of frozen in shock. Where have you been?
They kind of look at each other and look back at you. That we can't say. Oh, look at you. You're so big now.
Why did you leave?
Your father kind of speaks up. It was something we necessarily maybe did not want to do.
Okay. So it was on purpose. Why didn't you say anything?
That we can't say.
Why didn't you say anything?
That we love you so much, Oko. If we could have said something, we would have said something.
Missed you. Missed you a lot.
You can see tears welling up in your parents' eyes. They kind of look at you. They're just sitting
Can I
now.
go over and hug them?
Yes, you can. And as you hug your mother, she kind of whispers in your ear, "Be brave, Oko. You will be all right." And you kind of shut your eyes as you're hugging her. And you wake up in your bed in Samuel's house.
Uncle's just opened his eyes and he's just kind of staring at the ceiling. Has some tears well up. And he shuts his eyes and he cries. And he just stays in his bed crying.
And I think that's where we're going to end it.